You walk into church. The organ music plays softly. A gentle hum fills the air. You spot familiar faces. You nod. You smile. Then it happens. A kind soul, someone you've seen countless Sundays, approaches you. Their eyes twinkle. They smile warmly. They greet you by name. "Good morning, Margaret." Or, "Hello there, John." You smile back. Your mind races. Their name? It's right there. A phantom thought, on the absolute tip of your tongue. You try to grasp it. You reach for it mentally. It slips away like sand. You search every corner of your memory. Panic starts to bubble, subtle yet insistent. You just cannot recall it. The conversation begins. You manage to navigate it gracefully, nodding, making polite remarks. But the feeling, that persistent gnawing embarrassment, that sense of inadequacy, it lingers long after they walk away. A small cloud over your morning. And it's not just at church, is it? This scenario plays out in so many aspects of your life. It's at the grocery store. You're reaching for your favorite cereal. You bump into an old colleague you haven't seen in years. Their face is so familiar. Their laugh, too. But their name? Gone. Vanished. It's at the community center. You're about to introduce a new friend to someone you know well. Your mind goes blank. You have to awkwardly say, "This is my friend." You feel a flush of heat. Or perhaps it's a family gathering. You're trying to introduce your grandchild to an older relative. And for a moment, just a moment, you draw a blank. That internal sigh, that sense of disappointment in yourself. You worry. Is this just an inevitable part of getting older? Is your memory truly fading beyond repair? Are you slowly but surely losing a piece of that vibrant, sharp mind you once proudly possessed? The one that could remember every detail, every name, every story? What if I told you something truly shocking? Something that could completely change your perspective on these memory lapses? What if I revealed that this isn't necessarily an irreversible decline? What if I told you there's a specific, incredibly common food? A food many of us enjoy regularly, perhaps even daily. A food that might be actively, silently sabotaging your memory, especially your ability to recall names. Yes, a single, ubiquitous food. It could be systematically dulling your cognitive edge, making those embarrassing name slips more frequent, more frustrating, more emotionally draining. You might have resigned yourself to this fate. You might think it's too late, that once memory starts to go, it's a one-way street leading to more and more forgetfulness. But what if that's simply not true? What if there's still significant time? Time to reclaim a good deal of that sharpness. Time to confidently greet people by their correct names. Time to feel fully present, fully engaged, and mentally agile, without that constant, nagging underlying dread of a sudden memory blank. This isn't about some rare, impossible-to-find superfood from a distant land. It's about uncovering a hidden, everyday culprit, right there in your kitchen, right there in your daily meals, a culprit that you have the power to address. Imagine walking into that same church next week, or your next social gathering. You see a familiar face approaching you. You offer a genuine smile, and their name? It doesn't hesitate. It comes to you, instantly, effortlessly, naturally. "Hello, Mary." "Great to see you, Robert." No struggle, no awkward pause, no gnawing embarrassment, just clear, confident recall. That immense feeling of relief, that renewed sense of being back in control of your own mind, that deep satisfaction. It is absolutely possible. And surprisingly, it doesn't require complex medical procedures or a regimen of expensive, difficult-to-find supplements. It starts with understanding what's truly happening inside your brain right now. And what one simple yet profound change can make an almost monumental difference in your cognitive abilities. This food isn't an obvious villain. It doesn't come with flashing warning lights or bold labels screaming, "bad for your brain." In fact, for many years, it's been a trusted staple in our diets, a source of convenience, maybe even a comforting part of your routine. But beneath its seemingly innocent, ordinary appearance, it harbors a secret, A secret that directly impacts your delicate brain cells, your intricate neural pathways, the very microscopic connections responsible for pulling up stored names, for forming brand new memories, for keeping your mind agile, quick, and responsive. It's a silent disruptor. We're talking very specifically about name recall here. That particular, frustrating challenge. Why is it often so hard to remember names, yet frequently easier to recall faces, or detailed stories, or even song lyrics from decades ago? There's a biological reason for this specific difficulty, and this common food plays a profoundly significant role in disrupting that precise memory process. It creates a kind of fog, a subtle yet powerful interference, making those critical mental retrieval pathways sluggish, or completely blocked just when you need them most. It's like a tiny, unnoticed traffic jam in your brain's information highway. But here's the most important and hopeful news. Understanding this deep-seated link gives you immense power. It gives you the power to make a conscious, informed change, a simple change, a change that can begin, very quickly, to clear that mental fog. A change that can initiate the process of restoring your mental clarity. This isn't about blaming you for past dietary choices. It's about empowering you with crucial, actionable knowledge. Knowledge that can fundamentally transform your daily cognitive experience. Knowledge that can boost your recall, potentially starting sooner than you might dare to hope. You deserve to feel sharp. You deserve to remember. In the upcoming parts of this essential series, we're going to meticulously peel back the layers. We're going to uncover exactly what this mysterious food is. We'll explain, in simple terms, why it affects your memory so profoundly, especially that tricky name recall function. And most importantly, we'll outline the immediate practical steps you can take. Steps that don't involve a drastic, overwhelming diet overhaul. Steps that focus on targeted, impactful improvements. We'll delve into the underlying science, but we'll keep it perfectly simple. Easy to grasp, easy to implement into your life, so you can genuinely start feeling the difference very soon. Are you ready to discover the silent saboteur lurking, perhaps right now, in your pantry? And even more importantly, are you truly ready to learn exactly how to reclaim your sharper, more confident mind? Stay with us. The answers are closer than you think. Yesterday, we talked about that frustrating moment, that blank space where a familiar name should be. The way your mind feels foggy, right when you need it to be sharpest. You know that sinking feeling. Today, let's peel back the curtain. Let's unmask the real saboteur of your precious memories. It's not some exotic fruit or obscure supplement. It's not something you only consume on rare occasions. The culprit is a staple in many homes. It hides in plain sight. It often tastes delicious, which makes it even more deceptive. The number one common food that makes you forget names, particularly after meals, is refined sugar. Wait. Yes, that sweet enemy. It's lurking everywhere. It's in your morning cereal. It's in that healthy yogurt you bought. It's hidden in the sauces you put on your dinner, even in the bread you eat. Refined sugar is a silent, insidious attacker of your memory. Think of your brain like a finely tuned engine. It needs a steady, clean fuel supply to run smoothly. When you consume refined sugar, especially in large amounts, it acts like sludge in the fuel line. It disrupts everything. Here's what happens inside your body. A big hit of refined sugar causes your blood sugar to spike dramatically. Your body rushes to produce insulin to bring it down. But then, that spike is often followed by a sharp crash. This roller coaster ride isn't just bad for your energy levels, it's catastrophic for your brain. When your blood sugar crashes, your brain struggles. It doesn't receive the consistent energy it needs. This can immediately lead to that disorienting brain fog feeling. You know the one. You walk into a room and forget why you went there. You start a sentence and lose your train of thought. This is exactly when names get lost. This is when you grasp for words. Your short-term memory, the one you need to recall a name you just heard 5 minutes ago, becomes incredibly vulnerable. It's like trying to access a file on a computer that keeps crashing. The information is there, but you can't get to it. Remember that feeling when you were introducing someone and their name was truly on the tip of your tongue, or when you tried to recall the name of the new choir director right after coffee hour. These moments are often happening precisely after one of these blood sugar spikes and subsequent crashes. Your brain literally can't access the information efficiently. It's like a temporary blackout in your recall system, but it's not just the roller coaster. Refined sugar creates a cascade of problems. High sugar intake leads to chronic inflammation throughout your body. And yes, this inflammation occurs right in your brain too. Imagine tiny, persistent fires smoldering in your neural pathways. These fires disrupt the delicate communication between your brain cells. They make it harder for your brain to form new memories and even harder to retrieve old ones, like someone's name. Think about your neurons. These are the brain cells that store all your information. They're like intricate, tiny wires that transmit messages. Inflammation makes these wires less efficient. It's like trying to make an important phone call on a bad, crackling connection. The message just doesn't get through clearly. Names, dates, details of conversations, they all get garbled or lost in that static. This isn't just a theory or a passing fad. Extensive research consistently shows a clear link. Diets high in refined sugars are directly associated with a measurable decline in cognitive function. This is especially true in areas like episodic memory. That's the memory of everyday events like who you met, when, and where. And, as we've seen, name recall is a classic frustrating example of episodic memory failure. This understanding is powerful. It truly empowers you. It tells you that these memory slips, these embarrassing moments, are not just an inevitable part of getting older. They are often a direct result of what you put into your body. And that means you have the incredible power to change it. You can take back control of your memory. You can reverse some of these effects. So, where exactly is this hidden sugar? It's not just the obvious candies, cookies, and sodas. Those are easy to spot. The real challenge is finding the sugar that lurks in unexpected places, places where you might not even think to look. Your morning granola bar, marketed as healthy. That fat-free salad dressing you choose for lunch. The seemingly innocent bread you have with dinner. Even some savory sauces and canned soups. Food manufacturers are clever. They often use deceptive names for sugar too. High fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, sucrose, corn syrup solids, and many more. It's everywhere, making it hard to escape its silent memory-eroding attack. But knowing this is the first crucial step. The next step is knowing what to do about it. How can we immediately stabilize our blood sugar? How can we give our brain the steady, clean fuel it craves so names start to pop back into our minds without a struggle? There are simple, powerful changes you can make today. Changes that will offer an immediate cognitive boost, helping you feel sharper and more confident in social situations. We'll dive into those practical steps, starting with understanding how to swap out these memory villains for brain-boosting heroes in our next segment. We've talked about that common culprit, the one sneaking into so many meals. It's often hidden in plain sight. We're speaking, of course, about sugar, not just the sugar you spoon into your coffee, but the kind disguised in your breakfast cereal, lurking in that afternoon pastry, or even hidden in your savory sauces. Think about it. You eat something sweet, a jolt of energy, a temporary high. But what follows? That inevitable crash, that feeling of hitting a wall. Your brain feels sluggish, cloudy. This isn't just about physical energy. It profoundly impacts your mental sharpness, your ability to pluck a name from your memory. Imagine your brain like a bustling city. Sugar is like a sudden, chaotic traffic jam. It clogs the pathways, slows everything down. Crucial information struggles to get through. This isn't a gentle slowdown. It's a full-blown blockade, making it harder to retrieve those names, the names of friends and your pastor, the lovely lady you just met at the potluck. These moments of brain fog aren't random. They often follow soon after you've had a sugary meal or snack, that morning muffin, the sweetened yogurt, a soft drink with lunch. Each time your body has to work overtime to process that sugar. This effort takes away from other vital brain functions, like memory recall. So what can we do? The good news is you don't need a complete overhaul overnight. Small, thoughtful adjustments can make a world of difference, and you'll notice it fast. Let's start with breakfast. Instead of sugary cereals, which are often packed with refined carbs and sugar, try something different. Oatmeal, for example. Make it plain. Add fresh berries instead of brown sugar, a sprinkle of cinnamon, maybe some walnuts. These additions don't just taste good, they feed your brain. Think about your afternoon slump. Do you reach for a cookie, a candy bar? These provide that quick, fleeting energy, only to leave you more drained later and more forgetful. Instead, grab a handful of almonds or a piece of fruit like an apple. These choices provide sustained energy. They keep your blood sugar steady. Your brain stays clearer, ready to remember. Even your coffee or tea can be a hidden source. If you use several spoonfuls of sugar, try cutting back by just 1 or 2. Over time, you'll adjust. You might even find you prefer the taste, or switch to a natural sweetener in moderation, like stevia. This isn't about deprivation, it's about smart substitutions, about giving your brain the fuel it truly needs, the kind that helps it work efficiently. To retrieve those important names and facts without the constant battle against sugar-induced fog. You see, when you reduce that sugar load, your brain doesn't have to fight so hard. It can focus on its real job, storing and retrieving memories. You start to feel a subtle shift, a little more on it, a little sharper, that immediate boost we promised. It comes from these small, consistent choices. This isn't just wishful thinking. Your brain thrives on stable energy, not those dramatic sugar spikes and crashes. When you give it that stability, it thanks you by being more reliable, more ready to serve up the information you need, right when you need it. Imagine walking into church next Sunday. Someone greets you, you see their face, and instead of that blank moment, that frantic search, the name just comes, effortlessly, clearly. That feeling of confidence, of connection, it's within your reach. These aren't extreme changes, they are gentle nudges towards a sharper, more confident you. And the results can be felt sooner than you think. You'll start noticing those moments of clarity, those names that spring to mind, that feeling of being present, engaged. But what about other foods? Are there specific power foods that can accelerate this process even further? What are the absolute best choices for supercharging your memory, starting today? We'll dive into those vital memory boosters next. You've already started a powerful shift. By making changes to that one common food, you're giving your brain a fighting chance. You're clearing the fog. You're building a stronger foundation. But the journey to a sharper mind doesn't stop just with what's on your plate. To truly supercharge your recall and ensure those names pop right into your head, we need to talk about 3 more pillars of brain health. Think of them as amplifying the good work you're already doing. First, let's talk about movement, not running marathons, just moving your body gently. Even a short, brisk walk around the block does wonders. Gardening, dancing to your favorite music, or even simple chair exercises. Why is this so important for your memory? Because movement boosts blood flow. It sends a fresh, oxygen-rich supply right to your brain. This helps deliver vital nutrients and clear away waste products. A well-nourished, clean brain works better. It thinks faster. It remembers names more easily. Imagine how much clearer you feel after a walk. That feeling isn't just physical. It's your brain thanking you. It's a direct, immediate boost to your cognitive function. Make it a daily habit, just 15-20 minutes. You'll be amazed at the difference. Next, sleep. Oh, glorious sleep. We often underestimate its power. When you sleep, your brain doesn't just rest. It actively cleans house. It sorts through the day's information. It consolidates memories. It literally flushes out harmful proteins that can build up and lead to memory problems. If you're not getting good restorative sleep, even the best diet won't fully protect your memory. Aim for 7-9 hours. Create a peaceful bedtime routine. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Avoid screens. A comfortable, dark room is your brain's best friend. Better sleep means better recall. It means less struggle to find the right word. It means waking up feeling sharper, ready for the day, and ready to remember those names. Finally, let's talk about stress. We all face stress, but chronic stress, that constant worry, can be truly damaging to your memory. Stress hormones like cortisol can actually shrink the hippocampus, the part of your brain vital for learning and memory. Managing stress isn't about eliminating it entirely. It's about how you respond. Simple practices can make a huge difference. Deep breathing exercises for a few minutes each day, listening to calming music, spending time in nature, connecting with friends and family. Even gentle humor can be a powerful stress reducer. When your mind is calmer, it's clearer. It's less cluttered with worry. It has more capacity to focus on what matters, more capacity to retrieve information, like names, instantly. These three pillars, movement, sleep, and stress management, are not add-ons. They are essential companions to your dietary changes. They work in synergy. They amplify the benefits of reducing that one common food. They accelerate your path to improved recall. You are actively building a more resilient, sharper brain. You are taking control. You are proving that there is indeed still time. You are giving yourself the immediate cognitive boost you deserve. Imagine next Sunday at church, you confidently greet everyone by name. That feeling of empowerment, it's within your reach. Keep going.